New South Wales Police, you're going to charge every single person that said, my name's Justin Rackley, and you're going to, because that's what's led to the wrong diagnosis in the last 11 years. Because Daniel Rackley, who's actually Mark Rackley's son, information to do with him was projected onto me. And you're going to, because these people were told that many times since my mother decided to move from Sydney in April 1989 with her second husband, Mark Rackley, who worked at a Freemason nursing home called Moonby House. Her first husband's Mark Flemming, my father, a builder. Still lives at Hillcrest Road, Empire Bay. They've been told enough. So you can charge him with bullying, stalking, intimidation, and harassment. Or if they knew me, if they've ever met me in my life, they know that mine and Amanda's name's Flemming. Amanda just stands there and doesn't correct people. Well, Christ, she's an idiot. But no one knew me under my stepfather's name. Why would they? Why would I stand there, especially when Daniel Rackley lived in Tamworth during the same time? Why would I stand there and let someone call me by a person who I didn't even know, because it was a rushed marriage. Mum fell pregnant. She got married at, the end of 1988 and decided to move from Sydney to an area where nobody knew her. We had no friends and no family in April 1989. Our last school date at St. Aidan's Roman Catholic School in Rudy Hill was the 23rd of March in 1989. Amanda and myself was 10. So you can start going around to the horse losers who were told every weekend, can you not call us Rackley? And they wouldn't stop. Can you not call us Rackley? Because we're getting, like, that then affiliates us with Mark and we're not related. They were told. Since April 1989, they were continuously told non-stop. Now, this proves it because they've been continuously told again. They keep doing it. Doesn't matter how many times you tell these people, they'll keep the bullshit going. And they obviously don't know Amanda because they went to Amanda's wedding. If they were, they would have received an invitation that says Amanda Lee Flemming or Amanda Flemming and our father's name, which is Mark Flemming, not Mark Rackley, okay, and our mother's name, which is Carol Purdy. They don't know us because if they did, they would know that our father's Mark Flemming, a builder. Christ almighty, his building firm travelled from Sydney to Tamworth and did the extension on the Farrer High School. So when you go down to Brian's Lane, you've got all these new builds. Dad did that. He did the refurbishment of the Grace Brothers building inside. Did something else there, I thought, too. Anyway, back in the 90s. I know this because, see, I wasn't living there. And Dad was, all I got was your father's away working building, which my dad worked building 7 days a week, so I never saw him. And I'm living at Empire Bay, and I thought, I've got some time off, like school's on break, because I was studying in Newcastle. This is where I know you people have it wrong, because I wasn't even living there. So I travel up for a holiday, and I walk into my mum's house, my dad's there. I'm like, what are you doing here? So I'm building down the road. So he went and visited his first wife, my mother. Okay? That's how I knew that. Because I'll come home from school and it's like, your father's away for about a month. He's away working. He's got to do Westfields in Sydney, or he's got to build Westfields in Tuggerah, or he's gone down here working. Okay, my dad was a full-time builder. Now, enough is enough, because I've had the description of the Rackley's behaviour projected onto me for 11 years, but what I've started to investigate within the last 11 years when mental health workers had Daniel Rackley's information attached to me, what I started to investigate was, this doesn't just go back in the last 11 years. This goes back with New South Wales Police since 2008, where grabbing information to do with the Rackleys and attaching it to my profile. So this goes back further than 2015. I won't back down, you scummy piece of shit that wouldn't know us if you think our surname's Rackley. Considering that my mother, I barely know the Rackleys. Barely fucking know them. All I know is a deadbeat nurse that worked at some Freemason nursing home, which his son used to hang out at too, which is called Moonby House. He's a cannabis smoking alcoholic, had all these domestic violence abuse. So did Daniel. They're heavily involved in drugs, and the whole affiliates is drug deadbeat people. That's it. The Flemings aren't like that, and the Flemings really don't want to be around that shit people. So my mum can remain permanently designed out of my life, things, considering she's the person who dragged those people into our life. Flemings and Rackleys are two different families. Two completely different families. I want scum shit people fucking around. I'll tell you what, now, that's not short of police corruption. That's not short of police corruption. And you can really tell it must be some deadbeat fuckwit like Brie Pascoe. I go, oh, did I upset? Oh, did I offend the little cunt Amory Thompson? I can't fucking stand Amory Thompson. Can never fucking stand Amory Thompson. Amanda only knew him because when I moved back home to Sydney, she changed high schools. We didn't really know him before then. I moved back home to Sydney and Amanda changed high schools. And then she starts, knowing him. It's like, oh, he's a fucking dweeb. Ask anyone. You can ask my ex-boss, Jackie Phillips. Because in the January long weekend in 2005, we drove to my mum's house to try and get Amanda away from Amory Thompson. And that's the truth. You can ask who I was with, because we did a field trip and the person that was with us was Jimmy Demetrio, a beautiful Cyprian guy who I was friends with from King's Cross. That's that long ago. And he came with us and stayed. He loved Amanda, thought she was wonderful. So, oh God, Jimmy, I hope she goes out with you. Beautiful parents. He had a beautiful sister. Get her away from these scummy shit people. Like, seriously, and get back home to Sydney. Now, these people are fucking losers. If you've got to repeat yourself for 36 years, I'm telling you, scumbags, now, I will make sure as hell I press charges in court. Oh, this bullshit. He was picked on at school. No, it wasn't. Every person who I was friends with at school knew my surname's Flemming. And it's written there in my Year 10 yearbook. Friends of mine knew I was moving back home to Sydney. It's written there in my Year 10 yearbook. They knew I was living at Dad's and going to TAFE the next year. It's written in my Year 10 yearbook. People who knew me knew my dad's a builder, my surname's Flemming. People who don't know me and only through affiliation with my mother have made these stories up. They've come, oh, I know him. No, you don't. If you don't know my surname's Flemming, then you and I have never had a conversation. Ever. And that's a fact. Because everyone who knew me knew that. And the thing is as well, Mum left her second husband in 95, beginning of 95. Everyone who's ever known me knows what I felt about her second husband. How he was just living on my parents' money. Well, my dad's a builder, my mum's a paralegal. He was some deadbeat druggo nurse. Everyone from high school knew. There's not one person who liked my stepfather. I barely had anything to do with the guy. So anyone who's come and said his name was Rackley has never had a conversation with me. I want them arrested. And I'll tell you what, I will get you arrested. Because everything you did was broke laws for 11 years. Not just the, I'm going to say bullying for the last 11 years. Because it's bullying in the last 11 years, not before. But this proves everything I've said about you scum shit people to be the truth. If you don't know that my father's a builder that still lives at Empire Bay, and you don't know where I come from, and you're still projecting the Rackleys onto me 11 years later like you've been doing, like pieces of shit people who've never had a conversation with me, then it really does tick off that everything I've said about you people is the fucking truth. And I'll see you arrested for not only breaking laws of such as privacy, prying, but bullying, stalking, and harassing a person that you don't even know, because you don't even know my surname.